Okay, we're going to be looking at Lamian. Visit away. 90,000 gear score. Fantastic. I like his formation. The first thing I like about it, he's got, well, let's just go in and look. Dominique, attack type hero. Jenny, balance type hero. Cleo, balance type hero. Jack, tank. He's got the ideal-ish formation. Now, right now, I think Armor Ignore is a really in need of assessment mechanic. So instead of using an attack type hero in slot 1, I'm convinced that Shani is the best slot 1 hero. Because Kai is just way too good in slot 3 to go into slot 1. And that's the only reason I'm doing it. But if Kai just broke tomorrow and maybe Psychokinetic Lee came out, then Lee would be my first slot hero, Chenny would be my third slot hero, and Kai would be too weak to use if his third skill got nerfed into the ground. But I like his formation. The first thing I want to say about Lamian is he's got the best formation of any of the other top 10 players in terms of the structure. He's built his party right, and he's got good characters. I'm going to call them professional differences of opinion in terms of what characters I think are better, because obviously I think Surrender blows the shit out of Cleo. But the thing is, he's got Rock, Scissor, and Rock otherwise, so you probably want to sneak a paper in there. I think it'd be a little bit imbalanced myself if he was Rock, 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 Scissor. But at least he would be a good specialization. And Rain would definitely love to see a 3 rock team go up to his 3 paper team. He'd probably laughing all the way to the bank for that one. But I really don't like Dominique, and I really don't like Jack. Now, we're not talking about character choice and whatever in this video, and different preferences. We're looking at gear sets. We're looking at the set equipment that everybody has, and we're looking at what everybody's trying to build and what kind of goals that they have. Now, Dominique, I'm sure he wants to get rid of this Legacy of the High Human set for a God of Massacre set when it comes out, and spend away and get it, because damn, that's a good set. Man, when everybody's got 35, 40,000 base attack, those are going to be some scary times. Bearman won't be able to survive without Eldrika's Trinity, let alone ever if this thing ever gets a crit off. But I just don't think that she belongs in a slot 1 position. I think that dodge mechanic is stupid, and if everybody is going to be going, it seems like the main theme is everybody wants the battle suits. Now, if you have 2 full battle suits, then you have an extra 3,500 hit rate for the first 3 turns, which is 35% direct percent of hit rate, plus whatever else you have, where dodge kind of soft caps itself at 60%. So if you have even 25% hit rate normally from your regular stats and whatever, then you hit Dominique every single time, and her passive doesn't really do anything. So completely turning off a character's passive, fantastic. And she is pretty squishy without it. Now, maybe if instead of going super attack, this was a Pathfinder set, that'd be cool. Some people really like Dominique with the Ghost Step set. But this seems to be what he's doing right now. I don't know if it's because he just hasn't got enough Ghost Step sets or whatever. He could just be building this way right now. Maybe he's got this set on because he's been fishing for Pathfinder sets. Let's see if we can find anybody on anything else, or anything on anybody else. Because I really like his choice in Sekir. All right, so everybody usually has, if they're not detuned, like he's the only person I think is actually so rich who's invested so much into this game that actually had like the perfect everything. He's basically chosen a favorite, and his favorite's Dominique. Dominique, just like Unknown on Spirits. Dominique is the one that got all the great sets to the best of his ability. That's probably why he's got Dominique in number 1 instead of Chenny. Dodge is pretty strong right now against a lot of people, so it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a long-lasting thing. That's the only thing. That thing's very subjective to what's the now is. Now, he doesn't have a ton of sets. Oh, but you know what? he does have the one piece of the Eldrika's Trinity that Aaron Sun just can't seem to get his hand on. Oh, it's funny because it's a hand. But he looks like he's building his Jack quite well. I would switch this for the current S rank set in the queue, if not another Pathfinder set. I think a Pathfinder set would be great. It's just Jack doesn't have any passive aggro, so he needs to rely on the set gear bonuses to pull aggro as a tank. Unless there's some hidden base aggro that all tanks get, I don't know. But if you just being a defense hero gives you like something like that, where can I find this stuff out? Anyway. But it looks like he's got things stacked on Dominique. So he's kind of building one character super powered at a time. And the same kind of idea. He's gone with the most maximized attack thing that he feels is the best. With the sets that he's been able to get. Now, he's not clearly not as rich as Aaron Sun, or probably not as rich as Blue Sapphire, and definitely not as rich as Spirits. But he does have I think he's got a better structure, and I think he's got better just underlying strategy to his formation. I think he should drop Jack for Bearman. Bearman is the Bearman. And I think he should switch out his Dominique and everything on her into Chenny. Chenny is so good, except for this trickery pieces. I think he should keep going with the Ghost Step set. Hope he can get the Ghost Step set to finish off his Chenny. Oh, Serenity, man, you're so good. Why are you so good? I don't know if he's got any other great sets on any other characters just lying around. I've been inspecting a lot of people, and I haven't found anybody who's taking advantage of the last Black Cap event. Oh, look at this. This is a super tank. Man, his Chris is actually built really strong. This is kind of really good. The super support takes like infinity. All right, look at this. 31% aggro, 62% aggro, 83% aggro, 100. This Chris has 100% aggro. Over 100% aggro. So his Chris, if he ran his Chris in PvP, like I don't know what its stats are, but this is actually kind of cool. He definitely needs to work on this quite a lot and get some pimped out potentials. It's probably his potentials are garbage on this. Damage, no attack or damage percent. 4% attack percent. Nothing. 8% attack as percent. Low flat rate HP. No flat rate HP. Low flat rate HP. Nothing. Yeah, like if he reworked these potentials, his Chris would be top tier in a second. His pull is already super high that he really doesn't need this. If he can get Eldrika's Trinity on this Chris, his Chris would be godly. It would be so strong. Now, could he just throw all this stuff on Jack? Yeah, probably. But Chris, I think, is honestly a better tank than Jack for PvP. Like, Rock is just too prominent, and I think Rock is too strong right now. Chenny and Bearman are really the only great scissors that are coming into play. A lot of people, I think, are going to be playing Fruel in the future. And I think Lena is also scissor. Pretty sure she's scissor. Whatever. It's so much nicer when people have the heroes. But I think Lena's gonna die out. Like she's clearly built for so much utility that'll be way easier to make use of her in PvE. She's got a huge weakening, immobilize. Like depending on you could look into the future. I'm gonna end this review of his character straight out. All around, I think that Lamian's got the best formation of anybody else I've reviewed so far. He doesn't have the money to keep up with somebody like Spirits, for example, and not that Spirits formation is particularly bad. I think he's got a lot of good thought put into the way he's done things. I just don't think that it's optimal to have no tank. If you can't control where the AIs are going to be moving around, whatever. Everybody does things differently. I think having everybody walk up to Barrowman and make themselves around a circle and going in and killing 3 people with Kai on the square map, like 9 times out of 10, is just the greatest thing in the world. But everybody does things differently. Gonna end that with Lamian right there. I just want to go check out some heroes and get this idea across. If where am I at? I didn't do almost like any DB at all for like the first like month, so I'm super low on genes for Frul and Lena. But as soon as I started capping out at 5 stars and I got my Chenny, I maxed out Chenny, I started decking her out, I made a solo DB hero. I basically just take 5 minutes every day, not 5 minutes, like 20 minutes every day, and I just walk through it and I beat it. I'm usually done in 10 to 12 minutes. On a clean run, if I have to reset or try things a few times because it's a really good party on a really shitty map for me that I can't, things like that I can't control. I'm probably never going to get Moang. He's just so bad. I don't want him at all. But yeah, Lena is Scissors, and Frul is he? Yeah, Frul's an attack type. Okay, so I think that Frul is the only character right now who could really knock Chenny right out of her place. I think I might actually drop Chenny for Frul in the future, and I think it's because instant death doesn't have any immunity. Like there's no way to be immune to instant death as a player, which makes him awesome. I don't know how much it scales because I don't have him yet, so I can't rank it up and see. But it probably goes up to like 7, or let's see, if it goes up by 0.5%, let's say 0.5% times 9, 4.5, so that's 7.5%. I'm gonna guess it's a 7.5% chance. That is often enough that it's just if you can't just flat out kill them, that you have the chance of instant death. It's not even really that amazing unless you're fighting against a tank, but I think Frul is going to be the one that actually knocks Chenny out of the top spot. Also, he's going to be really easy to stack crit with, and this passive is just going to make his critical hits amazing, like so amazing that everybody's going to be just pounding critical damage and critical rate on him, and he's just like the armor that Chenny ignores is going to be less than what he crits for. We see characters that have 70 and 80% crit rates already, like we saw Spirit's Jenny. But I think Frul, I don't think he takes Serendi's place. But I think he would be a very solid 1 or 2 slot hero. I don't know who I like more, Chenny or Serendi. It'd be really tough for me to choose between the two, for which one I would replace with Frul. But at the same time, I think if I stuck with Chenny forever, I would still be fine. I might just have Chenny one day, just as specifically DB, and I might replace her in the 1 slot with Frul and build a pure PvP thing with no situational, only last man standing like things. He's got a God of Massacre set on him, for example. He's got a Pathfinder set, or if he's in the 1 slot, I probably should want to have a Ghost Step set so I can have that kind of control. But amazing character. Like Frul is just so good. If not Frul, then Psychokinetically would be. Oh, he's Scissor also. Yeah, I'm like Scissor specialization is gonna be my thing one day. Scissors are awesome. Yeah, he's got the armor ignore. Oh, you know what? He ignores the 1,000. His ignore defense is in green, which makes me think that it works like Kai's. Psychokinetically, I think there is a clear distinction in written in green and written in red. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the green actually ignores what it would be as a percent. It takes that flat percent off instead of the flat rate amount. At least from what I've been doing for testing on Rock Dungeon Stage 10 Cuckoos, it seems to be something like that. But Lee is going to be so amazing. He's basically like Carrot, but you always kill them. Oh man, it's too bad his passive sucks. Anyway, he's so good. He's so strong. It's amazing. He's just gonna go around one-shotting people. He's only gonna kill one at a time, but that's all you need for your first slot hero. You don't need to be killing tons of people. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this video here, and that'll be it for today.